Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So this is my complete PHP playlist where you can find all PHP related videos. So you can learn PHP from the scratch here. So in the last video we understood how to submit HTML form data using PHP. So like in this video we will learn how to validate the submitted data. Like it is very important to validate the data submitted by the user before saving it into the database. Like we cannot save the wrong data. uh, for example, in email field, if someone enter wrong email, then it will be a wrong information. So we should validate the data before saving it. So in this video we will see how to validate the data using PHP. So let us start. So this is the form that we created in the last video, and we have created submit save student.php file which will show the data to the user after submitting the form. So we will use this same file, save student.php. So I have already opened this save student.php file. Here we are printing the data. So let us validate the data before printing, and if any error comes, then we will print the errors. So we will use PHP function to validate the data. So like we will display all the errors in the one go. So we will save all the errors first in the array named errors. Like first it is empty. So now let us apply validation first on the name. Let me extract these into variables. Like it is always a good practice. Dollar, like this is for name, so we will save it in the name, and then dollar age, into the age variable, and then dollar phone. I think email is there. Then email, then dollar phone for phone number, and then for this gender we will have a variable named gender. All right. Like we have saved these values into the variables. Now we will apply validation on these one by one. Let me validate the name first. So like we want to make sure that name is not empty, so we will throw an error if name is empty. So let me add a if condition here. If so, there is a function in PHP which checks whether value is empty or not, which is empty. If empty, dollar name. If name is empty, it means it is invalid name. So we will uh, add errors into the errors array, like invalid name, because name is required, so it should be there. Now like for example, we want to put some other restriction as well, like we cannot use numbers in the name. Like we want only alphabets, lowercase and uppercase. Then for that we have other PHP functions as well. Using regular expressions we can specify like what are the characters we can use in the name. So there is a function called pragmatch in which we give the regular expression and the value, so it validates whether the number is like name is filling the requirement or not. So let me show it here. Like if name is empty or prag match, so you can see that so it will take the pattern and then things to match. So it will return false. if not found. So let us give a regular expression there. So regular expression we write inside two slashes, and it starts with a cap, like cap symbol, and ends with a dollar. Inside these two we specify like what we want. Let us use these brackets. So we will use smaller case, it is A to Z, and then capital A to Z, and so there is one extra bracket. No, this is for if. Second parameter that we will give is value to look for. That is, we will check name. Let me check what is wrong in the regex there, and we will give like star there. So it can be any number of times. Like we want to use alphabets any number of times, we will use star. So this is a regex, and if we not found the preg match, then also it is invalid. So if match is found, let me check what it return if match is found. If match is provided, then it is filled with the results of the search. A match of 0 will contain the text that match the full pattern. Match is 1 will have the text. Flags can be if flag is processed for everything. Let you can read it like it is a document for this function preg match. So it will return false or something if no match is found. So we can check it by directly printing echo invalid name, and that should be a string. Let us check for the name first, then we will add for the others. So for example, if inside name I added an integer value, I have saved the file, so integer should not be there as we have specified A to Z. And if I try to submit, it is printing invalid name. That is okay, fine. So we have to return as well after printing. So this is for name. Now suppose we have to check for age as well, like age is not empty. If age is empty, if empty dollar age, or age is not an integer, like we have to validate as well, like it should be an integer. For that we will use filter var function. Filter var function of PHP. We have to pass the value we want to verify age, and then filter validate int, like we want to validate that age is integer, so we will pass filter validate int. If it fails the validation, like if age is empty or it is not an integer, we can put some more validation as well, like age less than 0, less than equal to 0, or age is greater than 100, then it is also it, like we can put a limit here, like if it is greater than 100 then it is invalid, we can consider as of now. Or let us put 120 there. If it is greater than 120, then it is also invalid. So we will add an error in the errors array, like invalid age. So this is for age, and now comes for email. Let me copy it. So if empty email, and we will will validate the email format as well using filter where function. So this time we will pass validate email to this. So this is the inbuilt function provided by PHP, and we just want only these two validation, that it should be not empty and it should be an email. Invalid email is the message in case of email. So let us now check for the phone number. So for phone number, let me copy it. So like if phone number is empty, then also it is invalid, or we have to provide regex, like it should be of 10 digits and it should contain only 0 to 9. So let me provide it. For this we can use digits only, so we will write 0 to 9, and we can use only this 10 times. So I will write 10. So this is the regex for phone number 0 to 9 10 times. I think we have to write it outside. Not sure about the regex, so we will check it. So this is invalid phone. This is for phone number, and the last one is gender. Like gender should be male, female, and other. There are 3 values. So for gender, we'll put a validation there, like gender. For here we have to change here as well, like it should be phone, and here email, fine. Here here name. Okay, fine. So at then gender, and in gender, like gender should be 3, like there are 3 values, male, female, and others. So if not in array, we can check, like they are allowed only 3 values, and these are what we have given in the student form, like values are male, female, all in lowercase. So we'll simply put these values here, and in array we have to pass the values we are looking for, like gender, and then the array of values, male, female, other. So if any value apart from these 3 values comes, then it means it is an invalid gender. So we have validated these 5 values as of now. We haven't validated in the course, like it will be similar. So let us check the output. Now we will have errors in the this errors array. So if error comes, we will print errors, and if there are no errors, then we will print values. So let me write a condition here: if not empty, if errors are not empty, then print errors for each. Using for each loop, we can print for each dollar errors as dollar error, and then echo so dollar error, then a br tag, so that it gets printed in the next line. And if there are no errors, then we will print the values which we are printing earlier. So let me move these to inside else, so that values are only printed when there are no errors. So in this way we can apply validation. So let us check. So on the name we are applying that it should not be empty. If it is empty, then it will give error, and it should contain only alphabet. Age is should be integer, and if it is less than 0 or greater than 120, then also invalid. And in case of email, we are validating using filter where validate email. So in case of phone number, we are using regex. I will check it. We will check it by running the file. and if validation fails, then invalid phone. If for gender, we are checking that it should have only one of the three values, male, female, or other. If there are errors, we will print errors, and if there are no errors, then we will simply print values. So let us check by entering some invalid data in the form, whether it is working or not. So like in the name, if I enter some digits, and email if I remove at the rate, and in the number also if I add some these values like alphabets. If age I add 200, and gender are from the select field, so they will always be there. And course, we haven't applied any validation. Let us check the output. Like this is a front end validation. Since we have given the input type as email, so we have to add at the rate. So let us check the PHP validation. So you can see that it is giving a list like name is invalid, age is invalid, and phone number is invalid. So you can see like in the name we have entered the numeric value, so it is invalid because we have applied the regex for alphabets only. And in the phone number we have entered these alphabets, and it is also not of 10 length, so this is giving error. And age is also greater than 200, so it is giving error, but gender is okay, and so it is working fine for it. So in this way you can apply validation using PHP. And if I entered all the values correct, let us check the four correct values like Ram and phone number 10 digit 34 2 2 2 2 1 2 mix 10, and suppose age is 20, and then this. So it is getting submitted in case of all values are correct, so you can see that. And in case there is an error in any of the values, like if I give age as 208, then it will show an error. So in this way you can validate at the server side. So I hope you got the idea of how to put form validation at the server side using PHP. So if you find the video useful, then don't forget to subscribe the channel and like the video. If you have any doubts, then you can put it in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching the videos.